Good morning children. Today we will do chapter 6, living and non-living things. And in this chapter you will learn about the difference between living and non-living things. Living things can move on their own. They can grow, breathe and reproduce. But non-living things cannot move on their own. Like this teddy. This teddy is what? Living or non-living thing? This teddy is a non-living thing because this teddy cannot move on its own. It needs help to move from one place to another. And this teddy cannot breathe because it is a non-living thing. It has no life. Now, we will see first, living things move. Now children, animals can move from one place to another with the help of their legs. Birds can fly. Fish has fins. But you might be thinking, how plants move? Children, and how they get their food? And how they grow then? If they will not get food, then how they will grow? So let's see. Plants do not move from one place to another because plants do not have to look for food. Green plants make their own food. Like this plant. See, this plant is green now. So green plants make their own food in presence of air, water and light. And this process is called photosynthesis. Children, one more important thing. As we breathe through our nose, plants also breathe through tiny holes. Plants also breathe through tiny holes called stomata, presents in their leaves. So, stomata helps plants to breathe. But non-living things cannot breathe because non-living things has no life in it. And if there is no life in the thing, that thing cannot move, grow, breathe, reproduce. See, is this board a living or a non-living thing? This board is not a living thing because this blackboard cannot move on its own. This blackboard cannot breathe as we breathe. This blackboard does not grow. So this blackboard is a non-living thing. So let's begin our chapter, living and non-living things.
All animals and plants are living things. Human beings are also living things. Living things move, grow, breathe, need food, feel changes and reproduce. Now, living things move. Living things can move on their own. Animals move from one place to another in search of food and shelter. Animals like dogs, cats and human beings walk with the help of their legs. Birds and bees also fly with the help of wings. Fish move with the help of fins. Plants do not move from one place to another because they do not have to look for food. Green plants make their own food. Some plants show movement in special ways. For example, the leaves of the mimosa, that means touch me not plant, close when touched. Thus, plants show movement. Non-living things such as books, toys and chairs do not move on their own. They move only when someone moves them. Living things grow. Plants and animals grow with time. A child grows into an adult. Non-living things do not grow. Living things breathe. All living things need air to breathe. We breathe through our nose. Several other animals breathe through their noses too. Cockroaches, butterflies and mosquitoes breathe through air holes in their body. Do you know, children? Plants breathe through tiny holes called stomata present in their leaves. Non-living things do not breathe. Living things need food. Living things need food to grow. Food gives us energy to work and move. Animals eat plants or the flesh of other animals as food. Plants do not need to go in search of food. Why? They make their own food in the presence of air, water and light. Non-living things do not need food. Living things feel changes. We can feel changes around us such as hot and cold weather. In the same way, animals and plants can also feel changes around them. Most animals feel or sense changes around them with the help of their sense organs, that is eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. Animals such as ant, cockroach, grasshopper and butterfly have special body parts called antennae that help them to feel changes around them. Plants also feel changes around them. For example, mimosa, touch me not plant, feels a touch. A lotus flower opens out at sunrise and closes at night. Plants can also feel light and grow towards it. Non-living things do not feel changes. Living things reproduce. The process by which living things produce more of their own kind is called reproduction. Animals reproduce by either laying eggs or giving birth to young ones. A woman gives birth to a baby, whereas a pigeon and a hen lay eggs, from which chicks come out. Most plants reproduce with the help of seeds. These seeds grow into new plants. Some plants like carrot, money plant and potato also give rise to new plants with the help of their roots, stems or leaves. Non-living things do not reproduce. Now the children will see difference between living and non-living things. Living things can move on their own. Non-living things cannot move on their own. Living things grow with time. Non-living things do not grow with time. Living things need air to breathe. Non-living things do not breathe. Living things need food to grow. Non-living things do not need food. Living things feel changes around them. Non-living things do not feel changes around them. Living things reproduce. Non-living things do not reproduce. Human beings, plants and animals are examples of living things. Book, pencil and bat are examples of non-living things. Thank you, children.